Welcome back to the reading of Through It, Unveiling the Conqueror Within. This is video 2, so go back to video 1 if you haven't heard it yet. Dealing with every ingredient of our present reality comes at a cost. So remember where we left off last time, we were talking about all of the ingredients of our life that brought us to where we are right now. And we're going to pick and choose which ingredients we want to take forward and which ones we're going to leave behind or toss in the freaking trash. Dealing with every ingredient of our present reality comes at a cost. The cost involves experiencing the hurts of the past while we break their chains. The reward on the other side, though, means no longer dragging these heavy chains that wreak havoc on our current journey. I destroy my chains and keep a link from each so as to remember what I have come through, where I come from, and a reminder to live in victory. Most importantly, my chain link reminds me never to pick up those chains that bind ever again. Word. When we remove the rubbish that is not meant for us, rubbish. What are you? Are you British? When we remove the rubbish that is not meant for us, we create space to receive what is. This makes me wonder, was I dating the English bloke at this time? Maybe I was in conversation with him and he was saying rubbish and it was in my mind. Maybe. Can't remember. When we remove the rubbish that is not meant for us, we create space to receive what is. By the way, bloke is not supposed to be offensive. If it's offensive, sorry. When we remove the rubbish that is not meant for us, we create space to receive what is meant for us. Discerning what we allow to fill those now open spaces is another key skill in creating the life that meant for us. The life meant for us. Not every person, place, or thing that presents itself qualifies to fill the spaces in our life. Okay? Not every person, place, or thing that presents itself qualifies to fill the spaces in our lives. The reality is that we have a limited capacity and we must wisely and proactively allocate what is allowed to fill the space in our lives out of respect for ourselves and others. Allocate, I don't know if that's the right word that I meant to use there, but delegate, like we must purposely, intentionally choose what we allow to fill the space in our time, in our life, because it will respect ourselves and others. This journey will help us grow into the version of ourselves that is able to manage the abundance that's heading our way. Holler! We like that. Breakthrough, an act or instance of moving through or beyond an obstacle. These are the definitions of a breakthrough. A sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development, an instance of achieving success in a particular sphere or activity. The opposite of breakthrough, remaining stuck or stagnant due to an obstacle. Not experiencing an important discovery or development. Not achieving success in a particular sphere or activity. Wilderness experience. The purpose of this book is to position ourselves in our own lane, aka on our own path, to access the doors that are specific to our victory. Once we locate our door, we turn the knob and walk into the space of freedom in our lives. We will shine light on our predominant methods, aka how we do things, and take into account past experiences and present belief systems, which are both conscious and subconscious. We want to look at what are our belief systems, conscious and subconscious, and pinpoint which practices serve us and which do not. We will observe the ripple effect caused by what may seem to be insignificant practices, processes, and positions that are actually keeping us caught on a hamster wheel. That was a lot. You want me to do it again? So we're going to look at how we do things. We're going to look at how we think, conscious, subconscious. We're going to pinpoint out of all that mess, what is serving us, what's holding us back, and look at the ripple effect and pinpoint stuff like that, okay? It doesn't matter how strong we are, how determined our resolve, or how fast our sprint. If the road we're on is just a big loop, we won't actually gain new ground. Gosh, this is relevant. Holy Spirit knew what he was doing when he wrote this book. Okay. We won't actually gain new ground. Sometimes we need to abandon the loop and venture into the wilderness to activate the parts of us that have been sleeping, to increase our strength, and to see exciting new territory. Woo! That gets me excited. Sorry if that was loud. This book offers actionable ideas for you to take steps into the wilderness. The wilderness may be the greatest challenge of your life, but the territory of freedom that will be accessed once you take this journey will be exceedingly, abundantly, far above anything you could hope for or imagine. The way I have it memorized is exceedingly, abundantly, far above anything you could ask or think. I'm like, that's a big statement because your girl's a dreamer. I can ask and think about a lot of different things, like big, amazing things. So I'm like, let's go then. Let's go. Try me. Break through. As the compound word warns, this journey will require our willingness to break the permanence of the current mindset that we've been living in for who knows how long, so that we may identify what is not serving us and move through it. What is it? Punchline? Punchline! Through it. Something like that. Isn't that what people do in movies and stuff? What if I don't need a breakthrough? Maybe you're thinking, I don't know that I need a breakthrough. I'm pretty happy, and it's important to be grateful and content with what I already have. Yes, correct. And no. It is absolutely crucial to live in a posture of gratitude moment by moment for every blessing that's extended to us. Recognizing the miraculous gifts of things like rain falling from the sky, dependable electricity, quality time shared with those most precious to us, the affection of our loving pet. Rest in peace, Kelsa Bear, I love you. And the beautiful colors abounding in nature should always cause us to pause and give thanks. In the same breath, it is also essential that we do not box in the God of the universe, the creator of the universe, limiting the abundance that he intends for us. We are only able to access and benefit from gifts that we recognize are meant for us. Did you hear that? We are only able to access and benefit from gifts that we recognize are meant for us. If we see a gift-wrapped box across the room and don't realize that it's ours, the unopened contents will not add value to our life. How tragic to think of the gifts of abundance, freedom, peace that is purposed for us left unopened. How tragic to think that these gifts of abundance and freedom and peace that were purposed for us are just over there left unopened. These gifts are waiting to heal our wounds and deliver us from stress and pain and despair. May we not leave these treasures untapped. So here I have, you are a candidate for breakthrough if you are, we're going to go through it, dissatisfied in any area of your life, and especially if you have been for an extended period of time. Like if you're dissatisfied in your career, your relationships, your finances, your spirituality, your emotional well-being, etc., or your health. Or these are all the ways that you might be a candidate for breakthrough. If you're participating in activities that may be harmless in moderation, but with overindulgence have become damaging and or all-consuming. For example, alcohol. Okay, it's cool to have like a drink here and there for some people. And then for others, a drink here or there turns into they can never stop once they start, and it costs them time, money, relationships, behavior, self-control, things like that. Okay, so here's the list of things that might be harmless in moderation, but then with overindulgence have become damaging or all-consuming to somebody's life. Alcohol, drugs, food, shopping, smoking, sleeping, sex, video poker, gambling, perpetual online dating, TV, video games, aka whatever you do to make yourself feel better when you're not feeling good. And by the way, some of the things on this list, like smoking cigarettes, I would never be like, just go try a cigarette. Like, I feel like there's never a time where smoking cigarettes is going to be the solution for what you're looking for. After you've started, then people are like, yeah, that's my solution. But I'm like, don't ever start if you haven't started. Okay, so here's another reason that you might be a candidate for breakthrough. If you're perpetually dissatisfied with your romantic relationships, or if you're perpetually encountering financial struggle even when you earn more money, if you're spiritually dry, or if it's void, there's an emptiness in your spirituality. If you're plateauing in overall growth, if you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, if you post more Throwback Thursdays or Flashback Fridays than having any new or current experiences, if you're living vicariously through reality stars, sports teams, social media, personalities, etc. If you're living a bigger identity through social media or video games than your real life identity. If you're perpetually experiencing conflict in relationships. If you are unable to ask for or accept help. If you experience like anxiety, depression, PTSD, or other like mental illness and trauma, if you struggle with body image, weight, physical health issues, disease, etc. We do not have to live life imprisoned in our own being. Liberty is available to us. Let's put up a fight for absolute peace, freedom, and abundance because you are worth it. Holler.